Hi, this is Packy McFarland, and it's time once again for another episode of We Are the Church. Daily words of encouragement from the First United Methodist Church of Orange in Orange, California. I've decided to speak to you today about a subject that I personally struggle with, and it's the problem of evil. With horrific events going on in our nation and the world today, it begs the question, if God is good and all-powerful, why does evil even exist? And why do bad things happen? How can we say a God is good and all-powerful if he can't stop or won't stop evil from permeating people's lives all around the world? Whether the question is about evil existing or bad things happening to good people, or about sickness, tragedy, and death, it's all under the same idea. So the question really becomes, is it logically possible to believe in God, as described in the Bible, while evil exists in the world? To deal with the problem of evil, we must start at the beginning, in Genesis 1 and 2. We see that God is the creator of the cosmos. We also see that he creates everything good and humans very good. Humans had a close relationship with God and were designed to be a blessing to creation and to others. However, humans were given a choice, and they chose to disobey God. That choice led to exile, sin, and death. It had a universal effect on all creation and humanity, with real consequences resulting in a broken world and distorted views of good, evil, and reality. A choice is necessary for real love. In the Garden of Eden with God, Adam and Eve were given a choice. They could decide to eat the tree of good and evil and experience exile, sin, and death, or trust God and experience life. They were deceived and chose what looked good in their own eyes, so they were exiled and cut off from the garden and the relationship with God they once had. That choice impacted nature, health, and all of humanity. They would struggle with relationships and work just to survive, let alone be a blessing to others. You see, God did not create evil, he created good. Evil acts in opposition to what God has said is good. Evil is seeing and taking what we want instead of trusting God and his definition of good, which includes love, selflessness, and blessing. God created humans with the capacity to rebel against him or choose to do wrong. This is called moral free will, and can be a good thing or a bad thing. In the Bible, this is called Tov and Ra, which means good or bad, life or death. This is a free choice God gave to humanity. When humans act outside of the good that God intended, they do bad, evil, and selfish things. The Bible shows humanity continuously having this choice and continually failing. Instead of blessing others and living in peace as intended, humans become selfish, causing harm to themselves and each other. The same principle happens to spiritual beings as well. God created both physical beings, humans, and spiritual beings, angels, authorities, powers, and gave them free will. This resulted in a fall for both. Humans are now in a state that leans towards selfishness and evil desire, and some spiritual beings are now a negative influence on humans in this situation. Who is God? Is he really good? Genesis 1 and 2 are meant to introduce the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament. Here we learn that God is good, and that he creates good, and that he wants a relationship with humanity. He wants humanity to live in peace and be a blessing to all others. However, they choose poorly. Humanity found itself in a cycle of sin and depravity, but God intervened. Since the first choice of evil, God has intervened to restore this broken relationship. That is the story of the Old Testament. God working with humanity that now consistently chooses bad, to redeem what he has lost, restore humanity's relationship with him, and bring peace. Through the Old Testament, we learn about the Messiah, that he will come to fulfill each of those issues. In Exodus, God proclaims a statement about his own character. He says, he is merciful, gracious, slow to anger, and is full of love and faithfulness. He forgives all sin, but is also just. Whatever is happening around us, a reminder of God's character is important. So why does evil exist then? There are many reasons that we can give for the existence of evil. Here are just a few. True freedom. Evil exists because of the morally free choices of beings that God has created. This freedom is necessary for true love and can lead to good and evil extremes. The Bible tells us that humans are now born in sin with the desire to do evil in sin. Evil also happens because of our own selfish desires and because of the influences of spiritual forces that are looking to destroy us. Therefore, it is necessary to put on the spiritual armor of God. To know what is good, we know what is truly good because we have a God who has created a standard for good. We can see evil because we have a standard of good. If there was no standard of good outside of us, then we would not be able to identify true evil, to refine and test. Through challenges, people are led to real faith and conversion. Experience evil and trials can also show the true nature, faith of a person. Consider Job, who through an immense amount of pain and suffering, learned to trust God even more. Here's the good news. God has never given up on his relationship with humans. That's why the second person of the Trinity took human form and bore the weight of our sin. Jesus experienced and defeated all evil and paid a price we could never pay. Now there's still a choice to choose life or death. We can choose Jesus, who can save us from the power of darkness and deliver us into his kingdom of love and light. In this world, we will experience all kinds of evil, but no matter how bad this life gets, there is an offer of peace, love, and freedom. God offers every one of us a new and restored relationship with him, a relationship that will last into eternity, where there'll be no more evil or pain. We hope to see you again through these daily inspirational messages from the First United Methodist Church of Orange, or our in-person worship Sunday mornings, 10:30. Thanks for watching.